cultural context I'm just talking about.
Every
When
time
a woman
kami,
becomes independent, it is just that, and in my cultural context, the last 33 years, I am as a wife, there is a little that the wife is in my cultural context. The wife is like has to be here, and the wife kind of comes here and this thing. There is, as a wife, I'm also not feeling comfortable.
But who's saying that he's not up here and you're still down here?
that's
You're thinking
okay.
your mind.
Yes, this is
Excuse me.
all
Of
your
course, I'm
mind.
thinking in my mind, but you are an Indian, the cultural
Yeah, that's
context,
right.
you will
So I'll share
understand.
my
Let me,
feelings with my
why don't we, okay, yes.
Okay. In United States I do TV, and so I'm a journalist. And most of the girls that work with me are in the same situation because we are in the public eye. It's kind of what she's saying. It's not something that you do in purpose. It's something that you are on TV or you're in media with a magazine, and then you have people that listen to you, they see you, they like whatever. You know, it's unintentional. You're just doing your job, and then when most of the because we have this stuff all the time, and you see all the anchors on TV or the weather girl and all that, and most of them are single because the people have a perception of them already, and they feel that they already have I don't know how many admirers and a list of people interested. And it's so funny because in the United States we celebrate Valentine, and I remember many times that the girls on TV are well spoken and blah blah blah, and there were many of us that were that day, and they didn't even have one date or one invitation and we were like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And it's people that you speak to people, you're friendly, you open mind, you many things that but it's the perception of, it's like a competition thing. They don't want to even approach you. They don't even bother to try to make a move because they assume you're already taken or you're already busy or you have these high standards or you want this type of thing that they don't even have the chance to talk. And for example, in my case, that I had a relationship when I was in college, and then it was okay. Everything was perfect because I was working in catering, I was doing this, I was doing that. The moment that I graduated and my career started, picking up, then my partner had a problem. Everything started changing, and I was in my relationship, but I was, doing what I wanted to do. That's what I went to college for. That's what I wanted to study and open my own company. And I was being me the whole time. But our careers changed. So eventually everything broke up because of the same situation. He would not celebrate anything that I was doing. He was always in the back because I became public and blah. The same situation kind of like her. So I understand what she's doing, and then at the end it has to break up because I felt that he didn't support the person that I became, which is not the same person that we started. Knowing that I was in the process. So you do it unintentionally, and maybe it's not like she feels down or whatever. You not even do it, but you know the change in the relationship. You feel it, you see it.
Very subtle.
It's subtle, but you know that your man, the person that you're with.
So, between this and this, I think just an add on to that. So I had I married very young to a journalist again. So we were like the stars. We were just kind of out, that kind of thing. And he was working in a different media house. I was working in a different media house. We got married very young. I mean, just 5 months of dating and we married. And the dynamics I saw changed so rapidly to the point that he became abusive. And not just verbally abusive, physical abusive, And it got to a point where I had to divorce. I had to walk out with both my daughters. I said, what, that's it. I didn't sign up for that,
Yes.
And I'm single till today because I'm just so scared to even trust somebody else, and get someone else into the space that we've created between me and my girls. So my girls have grown up, without a father figure for quite some time. So my elder one is 20, my younger one is 17. But yeah, and so.
Well, I'm a business coach for executive women. My background is counseling. So I'm sitting here in my counseling hat just listening to everything because we're already in a circle. Hi, my name is Sarah. From what I'm hearing, I think that the thing that we need to acknowledge too is the fact that it's understandable with your comfort level how uncomfortable it must be for you with culturally how for your culture and for my culture, it sounds like just about for everyone's culture, how the man is at a certain place, the woman is at a certain place, and that's supposed to be the traditional way. While everything is changing, is more progressive now.
Very fast. It's
Yeah, very, very, very fast. To the point that sometimes what really will just help is just to call the pink elephant in the room. Have you ever heard that before? In other words, calling out. Yeah, I made it pink. I know it's to call the elephant in the room. I always call it pink, but to call that thing that's really out there in the open that's not being addressed. And so just to help with your comfort level. So if it is in fact that, let's say that it is you that's just feeling that, and maybe your husband isn't feeling it. You may be projecting, a lot of your stuff on him, but you should just say, you know what, honey, things have changed. I know we've been together for 33 years, and I'm in a certain place, I wonder how you feel about that. I wonder what your thoughts are, just so that opens a dialogue to hear, oh, honey, I don't care, it's fine. Or he may, you know what, thank you for even opening up.
And I've done that because I'm a counselor myself.
Okay.
And he would say exactly the same thing. But still, there is a little feeling, he's saying it, but I feel it. There's something I feel.
Yeah.
He says, no, of course not. What nonsense are you talking?
So,
What are you talking
He
about?
came across as a very supportive and
He
proud.
is. Oh my God, I'm not even like, I'm saying it's a very subtle thing. Of course he is.
She's very
So
proud
I
of
said
you.
he's my Mr.
See that?
It's just that I'm just saying subtly, yes, there are some subtle things and as a woman I feel it. Although if I ask him, he'll say, what nonsense? What are you
Yeah.
saying?
So
And
that
then
way,
she's, because my husband was there for my last workshop. I met many girls, he said, where's your husband? Even like taking the pictures all over.
Yeah, I know. He's very proud of her.
So
And I can tell you,
I'm
it's
sure
my
I think,
it's
uh,
not there in his mind. Is it your side?
This mind is the biggest problem. Human mind is random in nature. You cannot compare human mind. You can compare any object or subject, but you cannot compare human mind. And we are in the medical field. Lots of ladies are under stress because they are not talking. Even they are not giving time to each other. That is the biggest problem. And one more thing is the patience. Nowadays, people are losing patience in the relationship. They are not giving enough time to each other. Wife want husband according to her, and husband want wife according to him. That is the biggest problem. And the topic that we are taking here, that is it true that men do not want to marry independent women? Frankly speaking, nowadays women are more and more career oriented, and they are losing their golden period of life into their career. They are doing graduation, then what you will do? Post graduation, then what you will do? I will do doctorate, then what? Job, then what? Promotion. But they are losing their actual experience. A man without woman is incomplete, and a woman without men is incomplete.
Like you said of the checklist, so one of the main criteria in the checklist if you're going for alliance is, the salary package. Because it's a prerequisite that, the girl has to earn less. And in many cases, some of my friends, their marriage was not happening and they left their job for 2-3 years just to find a match, and once they got married, then they started working. And, they advise other girls also that, you do a low salary job, then you will get married. Because,
But then you're not finding the person
yeah, but you have to fit in because the social circle is such, you have to fit in. Because if you're not married up to a certain age, you don't fit in the social circle. Because everywhere you go, you have to answer the question,
What's the point of being educated?
Yeah,
So,
Okay.
Exactly, you have to be who you are. I mean, you succeeded in college, you succeeded in the job, because, or in the business because that's what you wanted to do. You don't want to have to give that up and settle for something that is not in your heart, because that won't last. There's been a lot of stories in this seminar of women that have had bad relationships and had to move on, and that's why, because you're not true to yourself. You have to be true to yourself. I don't know in India where all the men are. But I
We are the
mean,
most trusted people in the world.
I mean, you look at all the, you look at all the wonderful people in this circle and in this conference, and how many are from India, and you know they're beautiful, they're talented, they're successful. I mean, what man wouldn't want you? I mean, that's my thoughts. I have a hard time with this because, you know, I've met nothing but beautiful people here and very intelligent people.
And I think this is cultural. It's completely different from United States, maybe Canada, Mexico, India. It's cultural. And I think the woman has grown so much, so fast, that some men are, you know, trying to reach the women. If they are married, like your case, you know, they are trying to reach other men. If she's not married, he won't go near her because of his self confidence. She's making money, she's beautiful, she has a job, she travels. Maybe she's going to meet someone, or his insecurity makes not going near you. Now, I think women right now, we have changed the idea in some cultures and in some levels, because I'm a Mexican and it's completely different from as a Mexican, as a Mexican from like native culture. You know? She was born to get married, to have kids, and to cook. You know? Now in Mexico, in my and I'm here. I didn't deserve to here. I'm just here. I was able to study. I was able to choose my husband. I was able to choose if I have kids or not. I was able to choose from a wide range of decisions. In very poor people, even the father decides who is going to get married. You know, so in maybe Canada, United States, or in our culture, I mean in our lives, women right now, we're not looking for another my half. You know, I'm a widow, and I'm not looking for another half. I'm looking for a complete, full man, because I'm a complete, full woman. And I hate the idea of if you find your, we call it maybe a naranja. You know, you have you know, I'm not looking for a half man, because I will.
I think we'll clap for that.